Imagine this for a moment. There's something simple yet incredibly powerful that most men overlook without even realizing it. But when a man finally understands it and begins to live by it, everything changes. It's like a hidden switch flips in the female mind, and suddenly she sees him differently. The strange part is that many men go their entire lives without ever discovering this. Segment 1. The dopamine of maybe. Have you ever wondered why a woman can remember the exact color of the shirt you wore on your first date years ago, while you struggle to recall what you ate yesterday? This isn't just personality, it's deeply wired into the brain. To understand it, you need to look at anticipation. Most people believe the biggest pleasure comes from getting what they want. A gift, a promotion, a kiss. But for the female brain, the chemistry works differently. Studies suggest that the strongest dopamine response often happens during the build-up, not the result. Whether it's planning a trip, getting ready for a night out, or waiting for a message, the maybe creates more emotional intensity than the final outcome. The journey isn't just a step, it is the experience. That's why suspense, build-up, and thoughtful anticipation often matter more than the result itself. Segment 2. The loop of truth. Let's talk about how perception becomes reality. Women are often more responsive to what psychologists call the illusory truth effect. This has nothing to do with intelligence. It's about how the brain processes repetition. When a message about beauty, relationships, or even self-worth is repeated enough times, the brain starts accepting it as truth. It's not a flaw. It's an ancient survival mechanism. In the past, quickly absorbing shared knowledge helped people stay connected and safe. Today, however, repeated messages from media, social circles, or relationships can shape how a woman sees herself and the world. These ideas don't just influence her, they become part of her internal reality. Segment 3. The mirror effect. The female brain is highly tuned for empathy, powered by mirror neurons. These brain cells activate not only when someone acts, but also when they observe others. This means when she's around you, she doesn't just notice your emotions, she feels them. Stress, excitement, calmness, it all transfers. This is emotional contagion. It's also why women often sense tension in a room instantly. But this ability comes at a cost. Negative environments, conflict and toxic energy are deeply draining because she's not just observing them, she's experiencing them internally. Her emotional surroundings directly affect her well-being. Segment 4. The reactance trigger. If you want something to instantly feel more desirable, restrict it. This is known as psychological reactance. When a woman feels her freedom or choices are being limited, her mind pushes back strongly. The moment something becomes off-limits, it gains value because it represents her right to choose. This response is deeply rooted in the need for independence. It's not about being difficult, it's about protecting autonomy. That's why respect for her freedom isn't optional, it's essential. Segment 5. The emotional hard drive. There's a common question. Why do women remember things from the past so clearly? The answer lies in emotional memory. The brain stores emotionally intense experiences differently. While neutral moments fade away, emotionally charged events, whether joyful or painful, are deeply encoded. This isn't about holding grudges. It's about the brain marking important moments as valuable information. In the past, this helped identify trust and danger in social environments. Today, it shows up as a detailed memory of meaningful interactions. It's not about refusing to move on. It's about how the brain prioritizes emotional significance. Segment 6. The myth of multitasking. We often hear that women are natural multitaskers. In reality, true multitasking doesn't exist for anyone. The brain cannot fully process multiple complex tasks at once. What actually happens is rapid switching between tasks. Women often do this more smoothly, moving quickly from one responsibility to another, but every switch comes at a cost. It drains mental energy and increases fatigue. Just because it looks effortless doesn't mean it is. The expectation to handle everything at once ignores how the brain truly works. Segment 7. The foot in the door effect. In social behavior, small actions can lead to bigger ones. The foot in the door technique shows how agreeing to a small request can influence future decisions. When someone says yes to a minor favor, it creates an internal identity. I'm helpful or I support this. Later, when a bigger request appears, there's pressure to stay consistent with that identity. This isn't manipulation. It's how the brain maintains consistency. Understanding this helps in building trust and also in recognizing when to set boundaries. Segment 8. The power of eye contact. Nonverbal communication plays a huge role, and eye contact is one of the strongest signals. When a woman engages in genuine eye contact, it can trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This creates feelings of trust and connection, but context matters. The same gaze can feel warm and engaging in one situation and uncomfortable in another. Women are highly sensitive to these differences. Eye contact isn't just about looking, it's about communicating intent, safety, and presence. Segment 9. The sunk cost trap. The sunk cost fallacy keeps people invested in situations that no longer serve them. When a woman has invested time, energy, and emotion into something, it becomes harder to walk away. The mind creates a narrative. I've already given so much, I can't quit now. But those past investments cannot be recovered. The real shift happens when she focuses on the future instead of what's already gone. Letting go becomes an act of strength, not failure. Segment 10. The ultimate truth. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. Emotions are the true currency of human connection. Facts fade, words blur, even actions can be forgotten. But the feeling you create stays. A woman may not remember exactly what you said, but she will always remember how you made her feel. That emotional imprint becomes the foundation of future interactions. You can't replace emotional presence with logic or material gestures. If the emotional experience is off, nothing else compensates for it. But when she feels understood, respected, and safe, you create something lasting. That emotional memory becomes the guide for trust, connection, and intimacy. In the end, details disappear, but feelings remain. And those feelings become the roadmap of the relationship.